Right guys, Mark Crossfield here, Golf Swing Weekly Fixed Time. Bit of a fun one this week. We're talking about Jordan Spieth's chicken wing. So he is famous, and if you don't know, you'll see shots of him on the way through, and he does something that lots of people try and avoid to do. Let's talk about why he does it, what it's there for. I'm using my MySwing 3D motion capture system. Show you some wrist angles. I'm going to play from his weak left hand grip, try and hit target, and show you how Spieth uses his chicken wing, I think, to try and make him be one of the best players in the world that he is year in, year out. Let's get stuck in. So Spieth, famous for hitting shots. You'll see pictures of him where he's very much this way on the way through. So getting the separation of the elbows, left elbow, definitely what people would call chicken winging, which so many often are trying to stop. So I'm going to hit a shot. I captured the data earlier on my swing just to give you an idea. So I'm going for one knuckle on my left hand at best, what we would call very weak left hand. I've got to try and hit target, and then we'll show you with the data, the data I came up with. I mean, I actually find it quite easy to hit a ball like this. If I had an injury or something and I had to grip the club that way, I don't think it would change my ability that much. I do actually find this way quite natural. So many people out there as well looking for perfect grips, isn't there? Let's show you how I can hit target with one knuckle. And I think how maybe someone like Spieth might be hitting target a lot more than me with his weak grip. So let's take Spieth's swing, or my version, if you like, of a very weak left-handed grip. Top of my backswing now, I'm 9 degrees extended in my left wrist. So I've pronated 46 degrees, that means turning my wrist this way, and I'm 9 degrees extended, which is almost flat, basically, at the top. On a camera, that would look very, very, very flat. With 10 degrees of radial, which basically is 10 degrees bent this way. So not this way, hinged up, if you like. Now this is the interesting part. As I start down, knowing that this grip will start in a weaker spot, which to me feels like it's going to hit the ball to the right, I go to 0 extension as soon as in transition. So I've gone from, what was that? I've gone from 9 to 0 first movement, just completely flatten the wrist with my left arm. And then if we go into last parallel into impact, I'm only 1 degree extended, so I'm basically retaining that flat left wrist. You've got to remember, I've only started with one knuckle of turn, and I am just taking all that out to try and make sure the face is not open to a path. And then if we go into impact, what happens is I'm 2 degree extended. It's barely measurable. So from the top of the backswing, I've gone 0 as I pulled. So top of the backswing, I was, whatever I was, 7 or 9. Where are we? 9. And then from transition, pulling down and all the way into impact, I basically kept it as close to 0 as I can. Now what's happening as well with my left arm is it's supinating. So I'm supinating there up to 14 degrees as it comes through. So my left arm is moving this way as I flatten my left wrist. Now this is the key, I think, for someone like Spieth. The reason you see that chicken wing with someone with such a weak grip is as he comes down, and he is also probably supinating this arm, he is using his left elbow to try and make sure that face isn't literally just rolling left, turning straight left, because he's going to be using supination to hit the ball like most of us are. But from that weak grip, supinating that left arm, that face is just going to point so left so quick if he is also flattening his wrist. And if you look at any videos of Spieth, we see very flat left wrist on the top and as he starts down. So he is using his left arm to balance how much he's putting in of the other angles. It's really interesting when you look at swings this way. When you start looking at wrist angles, basically you want to think there are 6 ranges of movement. So I can hinge down, I can hinge up, I can flex, and I can extend, and then I've got pronation and supination. You've just got to zero out all these 6 movements. All these 6 ranges of movements need to balance. And every player I measure, and I think if you measure players on the PGA Tour, what you're going to see is a million different variations of how to use these angles, very much built around things like grip. Interesting for me there, so many people searching for the perfect grip. I don't know what the perfect grip is. I couldn't help you there. I do know if you are going to start with a weak left hand grip, If you're a skilled player, or even not, some players just work it out this way, you are going to have to use your wrist in certain ways to make you hit target. You'll also might have to do some other movements, as we see Spieth do with his elbow or hips or shoulder turns, to try and help these wrists work in a way that gets that face working with a path. Interesting video. Post comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like the videos. As always, post comments. Does this make sense or not? Do you find it interesting or not? I'm finding that very interesting when I start trying to recreate other players' swings. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, all the normal social places. Also, come and visit my new website, markcrossfieldgolf.com. See you over there.